What's up, y'all? Pastor Dave right here and Lady G here for another episode of Wedded Wednesdays. And we got an awesome topic for y'all today. We're going to be talking about, is marriage counseling necessary? And, we're going to talk on that for a little while because I believe anything that you want to get better at, you should get some wise counsel. Counseling does not mean that anything is wrong. That does not always mean that something is wrong. Some of us need counseling in different ways. Some of us need therapy in different ways. So I would say that marriage counseling is necessary, not just when things are wrong, but even when things are good, just to keep it good. I make the analogy all the time that when someone has an injury, you break your leg or something, you go to the hospital, they put a cast on you, they fix you up, and the leg heals, and then they do something else. They have you come back for what's called physical therapy. Now, you're already healed, but now you got to learn how to make that bone, make that muscle work all over again. And some people continue that therapy going. So marriage is something that you have to continuously work at. We don't all know everything about marriage. I'll tell you from myself, I don't know a whole lot. I didn't know a whole lot about marriage. And we did some marriage counseling, and it was very helpful to us. And we were able to even help others with the counseling that we received. What you got to say about that, Lady G?
Yeah, I agree on everything that you just said. And marriage counseling is necessary at times. Like you said, no, we don't have to necessarily just embark up on counseling sessions with it being something wrong. Sometimes you just need to go and regroup. Sometimes you just need to go and just, to make sure that we're keeping things, steady and making sure everything is good. Because sometimes we disagree. We're going to have some disagreements.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times, I think in a lot of couples, certain situations, they don't quite know how to touch on certain topics or whatever it is that they may be dealing with during the time. So the disagreements kind of intensify to where they're clashing, and now problems and different things will start to occur within the midst of it. So in those cases, some couples will at that time say, okay, I think it's time for us to just go and speak with our spiritual counselor or whatever counselor that of your choice.
And with counseling, sometimes people just don't know how to talk to each other. Mm-hmm. And counseling is good in that area. And even before I marry anybody, I've been pastor for about 11 years now. Before I marry anybody, I have to do at least 3 counseling sessions with them before they get married. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of folks, you should go into marriage with counseling. You should go into marriage with counseling. Some folks I've married, they had the 3 sessions and they never even called me back to say anything. Now they done got divorced. They ain't never even asked for, hey, pastor, can pray for me? Nothing. You don't just get married and leave it there. You have to continue to work on it, continue to get wise counsel. The Bible says that a wise man receives counsel from other wise people. Now that don't mean everybody got to counsel you. Your homies can't counsel you. I remember even your family can't counsel you. I remember my father, God bless him, Reverend Timothy Wright, my mom, co-pastor Betty Wright, they're going on to be with the Lord. Mm-hmm. But when we were dealing with an issue, and my wife said, oh, let's get counseling. I said, cool, we get some counseling. My mother and father do this all the time with the church members. So let's go over to the house. And she's like, no, not from your mother and father. And a lot of times we get counseling from people who have our best interests. Say that again. Is it our best interest? We get counseling from people that maybe show favoritism to one side or the other. We get counseling from people that are too close to the situation. So you got to be careful in choosing a marriage counselor. Don't just choose somebody that's going to tell you right and everything. Because the real counselor going to let you know when you're wrong. Right. A real counselor going to let you know when you're wrong. You ain't always right. So that's what I have to say about counseling. It is necessary for, now you've been married 50 years, it probably ain't nothing else you need to know about your spouse. You can probably be counseling people. But if you new in a marriage and you have some issues, before you throw in the towel on your marriage, talk to somebody about it. Let somebody know, look, can you counsel? Can you help us with this? There are professionals that do this.
There are professionals.
They get paid to do it.
That do it, and a lot of times, I think, a lot of times, and with couples, you always get that one that just want to be heard, and that's why we kind of clash. Don't start the point and stuff, okay? Because you already know I am a great communicator. He, on the other hand, is not. But we're working on it. He's gotten a lot better. You've gotten a lot better. To God be the glory. But anyway, what do you have to say in regards to that? How can we help someone out there that may be in the situation to where you feel as if your spouse just does not listen? Your spouse does not want to hear what you're saying, and your spouse just basically want to hear themselves just constantly speaking, and what you're saying is pretty much being left at the wayside. So what do we say in regards to that? Because listening is a very important in communication, in the midst of having a conversation or communicating.
I hear you
have to listen.
But men don't talk that much. We don't like, you say communicate.
Some men do.
Well, some men
talk
and
more
some
than
men
women.
wear panties too.
Well,
and
I
some
don't know.
men wear pink socks.
Well, if some men
and
are wearing panties,
and
then
some
they're not
men get their nose pierced. A whole lot of things get
that
things
has
done.
nothing to do with anything, because a
But
man get his nose pierced.
I'm just saying what some men do.
Let's stick to what we're saying.
I'm on what I'm saying.
Speak to
But a lot of men don't. Women talk all the time. They can talk. They can be in the talking Olympics. Talk. But men don't always talk. A lot of times we'll just sit and hold it in. And when we get into counseling sessions, that's probably the first time that the woman even knows that there's anything wrong with the man.
So would you say that that man have a communication problem?
No, there's not a communication problem.
Okay,
He's just
so
you're
saying no, some men may not be big at just talking, just every time you look around he's just talking. No, not like that. I'm saying what I'm saying is the man could possibly have a communication problem with his spouse, because he's not communicating effectively with her. She feels like he may not be communicating effectively with her. I'm just not talking about just a talkative man. No, that's not what I'm.
No,
that's not
I
what
got
I'm
you.
saying. I'm just saying.
But men in general, you can tell more from a man from his actions than what he says.
But sometimes, as a wife and as wives and in your relationship, whether you're married or not, you need for your partner to be
a communicator. Absolutely.
You need active communication with the individual. You just can't sit up and say, "Oh, well, I've shown you this today. I don't necessarily have to talk to you, but my communication should be in my, in the actions that I'm showing you from day to day." No, we need more than action. We need for you to talk to us.
Well, that's why we men and y'all women, y'all got to figure it out.
No, see, that's not the solution.
I guess it ain't.
That's not the solution. We're talking.
But to be 100% honest, 90% of the men that will look at this will let you know they don't always say and talk what's wrong with them, because men just are not wired that way. We are wired to, you can tell more from our actions than from what we're saying.
Not all men.
No, I said that 10%. There's 10% of men that will talk.
Not all men. Not that just 10% of all men will talk. I'm talking about communicate. I need you to be clear. Not just the man, I don't talk that much, I'm not a big talker, no, when you're in a marriage, you're in a relationship with someone, there are going to be times where you guys are going to sit and you're going to have to talk about an issue of what you're having. You're going to have to address something. So you can't sit back and say, well, I can't address this issue with you, babe, because I don't talk like that.
He ain't
You
gonna
can't-
say that much.
I'm just so that's a problem.
You gonna ask him, you all right? Yeah, I'm good.
No, but
I'm all right.
no, but that ain't. I can't. No, that's a problem.
And
I'm
that's
sorry.
when counseling needs to come in, because in a counseling session, a man will open up even
Well,
more.
sometimes I get it. Some counselors can get you to open up in a way. Certain things, they have certain techniques and certain ways of going, certain strategies to go about and trying to help you to open up. I get that. We've been in counseling, and there was strategic
Absolutely.
ways that our counselor was able to reach us and to get us to open up and flow a little bit into what we were communicating or whatever issues we were trying to resolve at the time. So
Right.
Hey, I just think it's important. It is important
that marriages receive counseling.
Yeah.
I
Not
think
to
it's-
just give up, not to just say, you know what, this marriage is not working, or marriage is just not for me. So, hey, I'm just gonna go file for divorce. That is not always,
No.
the
That should be
option.
the
That
last
should be the-
resort.
Yeah, that's just letting you guys know that yes, counseling it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Be led by God in choosing, wise counsel and who you seek counsel from. You're gonna want to always make sure that we, seek God about who we're going to, because this is sensitive. That's a very, very sensitive area. Your marriage
Absolutely.
your marriage is sacred. So you don't just want to go and sit before just anybody, because everybody does not have your best interest at heart. And some people just sitting behind a desk, they're listening to you. They really could care less about what you're going through. Like, I'm just here for the dollar.
Right.
So
And don't be getting marriage counseling from folk that ain't married and ain't never been married.
yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
You can't teach me how to cook and you don't know how to cook. Hello.
Yeah.
You can't teach me how to drive. You ain't never drove.
Right.
Hello. You can't teach me how to ride a bike and you can't ride a bike. Hello.
I need you with some experience. I need somebody
Yeah.
with some experience that know and that can reach me and know what I'm going through, that can, relate to some of the issues or whatever that we may bring to them, and look, I get it. I understand. I've been there and that can tell me, how what it took for them and how what they chose to do and how they chose to switch up some things, how it helped them.
Absolutely.
We just want to just keep that in mind. So just want to just drop this little little nuggets on you today in regards to that, because a lot of people just throw in the towel on their marriages and they think that counseling is just not a good thing. We just want to remind you that counseling is a good thing.
It's
and
a
it can
good
help you.
thing.
It helped us, so it can help you.
So this has been another episode of Wedded Wednesdays, y'all. Counseling, we believe, is necessary.
It is necessary.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Nope.
All right. God bless you. We love y'all. We
Yes.
catch you on the next episode.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and all that stuff. If
Yes.
you don't know by now, you should know.
You should
God
know.
bless you.
Yes.
Peace.